Hey boys and girls, so obviously I'm not here this afternoon, so what I want to do with the purpose of this video is to explain the task that I'm going to ask you to do while I am gone. Okay, first things first, we need to go over the definitions of the different types of angles. In particular, right, acute, and obtuse. Remember, a right angle is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. An acute angle measures between 1 and 89 degrees. And an obtuse angle measures between 91 and 179 degrees. We are going to be using that, so that's important to remember. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to work on a task. So I'm going to share this with you right here. All right, here's our task. It says you are tasked to create a geometric design for the art room wall. The design must have the following. It must have at least 8 angles. And out of those 8 angles, you must have at least one right angle, one acute angle, one obtuse angle. Obviously, you're going to have more. You are going to use a protractor to measure each angle, and then you are going to number and classify the angles as right, acute, or obtuse, and record the information on the table provided below. So here's how you're going to do this. First off, you're going to put your name on the project paper. And your number. And then you're going to put today's date. Today is the 10th of March. Okay? And then you're going to put that to the side. And then you are going to have your project paper. So on one side, you're going to put your name in the top left-hand corner. And then you're going to flip it over so you're looking at the white blank page. Now the tools you're going to need to be successful in this is going to be a ruler and a protractor. And I just want to remind you that when you are measuring angles, you need to pay attention to where the 0 line is on your angle. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my my paper and my ruler, and I'm going to actually see if I can make this so that you can see the whole thing, or as best that you can. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're just going to start drawing lines. Alright, so I'm just going to start drawing some lines. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this. And you're just going to continue making lines on your paper. And it could be all, you can have a particular design, or you can be doing just kind of like willy-nilly designs. It is up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And then let's see here. I'm going to do something like that. And then maybe something like this. And something like that. And then like this. And then like that. And then something like this. Okay. Alright, so that looks good. That looks good. Okay? So I'm going to create a mosaic. Okay? And then I'm going to pick 8 angles. Okay? So I'm going to pick 8 angles that I want to measure. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this angle number 1. And then I think I'm going to do this as angle number 2. And then how about this one here, angle number 3, and then angle 4, and then angle 5, and then angle 6, and then angle 7, and let's see, one more. Angle 8. Okay, so now that I have my angles numbered, I'm going to number them on my paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'm going to use my protractor to measure the angles. So here is my first angle right here, okay? And the edge of the paper is one of my rays. So I'm going to turn my paper around so that I can measure it. All right, and I'm going to put my edge of my paper on the 0 line, and I'm going to put my vertex on the line, and my 0 is on the outside, and so I look right here, and angle 1 is 90 degrees. So I look over here on my paper, angle 1, the measure was 90 degrees. So what type of angle is that? Well, that would be a right angle. Okay, watch me again. Now I'm going to go to angle 2. Angle 2 is this angle right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to line up my vertex where the 2 rays meet, and I'm going to put my ray on 0, and 0 is on the outside. So I'm going to bring this all the way over and I'm going to measure. So 90, 100, 110, 111, 112, 113. So angle 2 is 113 degrees. So I would write angle 2 is 113 degrees, and that would mean that this angle is obtuse. All right, I'll do one more. Angle 3 is this angle right here. So I'm going to turn my paper around. I'm going to take my angle. I'm going to put my vertex right here where the 2 rays meet. I'm going to put it on the circle. I'm going to line up my 0 line, and as you can see, my 0 line is on the inside. So I'm going to look, and this looks like it's definitely halfway between 60 and 70. So this is a 65-degree angle. Take my paper, I write 65 degrees. I think, what type of angle is that? 65 is between 1 and 89 degrees, so it is acute. So you're going to continue that for the rest of the angles that you numbered, okay? And then once you have all the angles measured and classified, then you can color. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video for a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and color it, and then you can see what the final project would look like. Okay, so I have colored, and so here's what my final project looks like. Okay, so once you are finished with that, you're going to take your art and you are going to staple it on front of your chart and then place it in the basket, and then work on missing assignments and or read a book or Lexia. Hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to see your final projects.